Yo, people, what's going on? Welcome to Saeed TV, and we are back with Musa in the building. Feels like the old days, you get me? Me and Musa just chatting away
Yeah,
with the man, with the people.
yeah.
Musa, what are you telling me?
I need to find out how's my reception, how's my Wi-Fi. If it's playing up, I'm gonna get onto my phone.
Yeah, it's calm for now. It's calm for now. It's calm for now. What are you telling me?
I'm here, man. I'm still a bit upset about yesterday, man. Morocco was nearly there, man. They were nearly there, man.
I know. It's peak, man. But you know what? To get to the semi-finals, though, is a big testament in itself, anyway, man.
It's massive. But you know what it was? They didn't get there, and then they were hanging on throughout the whole semi-final. They were going in. They were playing ball.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So they had opportunities, and it's like, if they just had like a Karen Benzema or someone,
Yep.
someone from that type, obviously he's Algerian, but if they had that quality of player who played for his national team and didn't go and play abroad for another, for another nationality and stayed, and they had that level, it would have been a wrap. Had they had a finish out front, it would have been a wrap.
Yeah, exactly, man. But listen, final, who are you banking on, Messi or are you banking on Mbappe? What are you saying? I can't lie,
I'm
man.
going for
Everyone's going
Argentina, man.
towards, I don't know, man. I'm thinking France, man. You know what I mean? Just because of the
I mean,
story and whatnot.
yeah, I ain't got nothing in it. I wouldn't be surprised if they're also their ballers. But in terms of what I've seen since Argentina lost to Saudi Arabia, they're more of a team. Even when you think about Martinez at the back or Otamendi, with them type of man, then you look at the midfield solid, you know what I'm saying? And then I just feel like they've got more. Because one thing I think that France are missing is big time is N'Golo Kante. Like, I don't think people understand how, because when they're on the ropes, they're on the ropes. They were on the ropes against England, on the ropes against Morocco, but them man are not finishing. Messi's not going to give them that opportunity. If they're on the ropes against Argentina, you see them man, they're scoring goals.
Yeah, 100%, man, 100%, man. But like I said, it's gonna be a wicked final in itself, anyway. So big up to everybody who's here. Make sure you guys like the video. Big up to Claire. Hit the likes up, people. Let's get the algorithm up. The algorithm's a bit messed up at the minute, so big up to everybody who's tuned in. But yeah, man, I don't know if you heard the Glazers talking about the ownership, man. They're sending cryptic messages right now. I can't lie to you, man. They're sending cryptic messages. So basically, today, or I think it's this morning. It came out that Avram Glazer said it's not necessarily a sale. It's a process, and we're going to forward with the process. So we'll see what happens. That's the update. It's the process, and the process is proceeding. Bro, hella protest talks. What's going on, man?
The minute I heard process, I said, here we go. Are these guys just trying to sell shares and stocks again and play games with Man United and still hold on to like 10, 20%, 25% of the club and sell 75%? Are they trying to do something silly where they're still involved?
You know what it is, though? Like, I've got this belief that, if it's time's over to have someone coming in and being an investor but not having a say at the football club. I think them days are over. You'd rather be the big dog nowadays. Shout out to Grizzly, but you'd rather be the big dog. You don't want to be kind of working with another guy and he has a different ideology. If you're going to come in, you want to take the whole club. But the problem is, though, these lot are dragging it out. These lot are trying to create a bidding war. And essentially, they're trying to basically say it's a process and we're basically not selling, but we're selling at the same time. But if you look at this here, if you look at this next slide here, it says the Glazers will listen to offers in excess of $5 billion for Man United, but are hoping that the figure could go as high as $9 billion if companies like Apple, Amazon, and Google enter the bidding. So in essence, they say, yo, if you, man, have got money in it, then you need to put your money out in it. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're basically trying to say, the Glazers. You, man, have got your money, so why are you not looking to spend? You know what I mean? Why do you not think that Man United is a bigger club to be spending this money on? But at the same time, it prices it out of the market, because then who's going to come in when the debt is so high like that? Who's going to come in?
No one. I think they're going to go for $5 billion, if I'm honest. I don't see Man United going for more than $5 billion. I think if they break the record of the biggest sports franchise to go for, or you want to call it whatever, sports club, I think the record's $4 billion, one of them American football clubs.
Yeah.
I think that's the record, 4 billion. So I'm saying if the record is for a sports, club is at 4 billion, and that's talking about football clubs, American football clubs, all of that. Man United is not going to surpass that and break the record like 2 times that. It's just not going to do it. You know what I'm saying? I reckon we're looking at 5 billion. I hear we're about 1 billion in debt. So we're looking at 5 minus the 1. So even if it was a 6, but I'm still looking at Man United going for 5 maximum. And I wouldn't be surprised if we went for 4.5, if we only just surpassed it a bit by 500 million rather than this mad figures that the Glazers are going to be the Glazers. They're going to make noise. But the reality is we're about 1 million in debt from what I was reading up in the Atletico.
Yeah, nearly 1 billion in debt. Yeah,
about 1 billion in debt. And I'm just like, with that type of, if you're taking on that type of debt and you're buying the club, so the Glazers might get like what? 4? Yeah, no one's going to give them more than 5. So that's what I'm saying. So they might get 5 billion, 1 billion off. They go away with 4. And that's it. And that's good money for them. But I can't see them trying to go and like Man United is going to go for 6, 7. They're just playing games because the people that's coming into like got to spend a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? And you're seeing that with Chelsea. And I think what makes me sick with Man United, I'm just seeing Fabrizio just here we go, Chelsea, here we go, Real Madrid. And I'm like, people are buying players that are not even starting this season. People are buying players for next season. Think about it. If we're going against these teams and we want to get into Champions League and stuff, and we're talking about Chelsea buying Nkunku for next season. So when we're in a January, when we're in the transfer market,
we don't do that, man. We don't do that.
But that's why it's sad, because when we're in the transfer market in the summer, say, oh, we need a striker. We're going to get, these men have already got one. He's going to be holding up the shirt while we're still talking. This is what pisses me off. You know what I'm saying? Like, them type of men are going to be holding up the shirts while we're talking. We're talking about Real Madrid just signed one of the biggest Brazilian prospects, where the next Neymar, and he's turning up in 2023 season, holding up the shirt. While again, we're running around. And again, when you look at Ranić, where's the respect on Ranić's name? Because these ballers are turning up. These ballers are in the World Cup playing ball. He wanted us to get 2 Argentinian players last season.
They didn't want to hear it, though, did they?
The midfielder, what's his name again?
Enzo Fernandez.
Enzo and Alvarez, that's at Man City. And everyone was hyping that he doesn't know what he's doing, blah, blah, blah. Look where they and I'm just thinking, where we at? What's Man United doing again? And I think even with Erik ten Hag, I respect the job that he's doing on the pitch and all of that stuff, but I don't believe he had the same level. And this is what always happens at Man United. Managers come in at our club and they get a bigger role than they've ever had anywhere else. Do you see Erik ten Hag being the person that brought all these players in at Ajax, or was it working within a system that allowed that to happen? I don't see him.
Yeah,
he didn't find Anthony. I think the system at Ajax that he was working under found Anthony, and he built a relationship and he brought him with him. But at Man United, he's just telling man, Eredivisie, and we're just running into it. Because for me, if he was the guy that brought Anthony in, then why isn't he looking into the Brazilian market as they did at? Why is he going straight back to the Dutch league? And that's another problem I'm having. We need a Ranić at the club, man. I'm not going to have this all summer being linked with, again, De Jong, more players, Gakpo, bro. And I'm seeing what these lot are doing. Who's that new Ivory Coast striker that Chelsea just bought in?
Yeah, the what's it called? The Fafana.
Yeah, so what's going on?
Yeah, of course. The thing is, I big up to Masood for the super chat. He goes, Benzema is back, guys. Look what the manager said. Yeah, he might be able to play the final. My thing is, with Man United, though, they don't like to have a player if there's no value in it. So if they can't really have some sort of value right now, they don't want to wait until a year or like what they did with Nkunku, wait for the season. They want to know that player is here. They could have done that with Sesko. You see the Sesko kid? They could have done it with him, but they haven't done it.
That's where the money's at. Look at Jude Bellingham's brother. He's going to end up at Newcastle, they're saying. What we play, he's at Birmingham. He's at Birmingham, putting in a shift. He's a baller. We know he comes from a footballing family. We know his dad's not playing business. Obviously his dad was his ex-police officer or something. So
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so he's got, how our policeman move. They're on job. Everything's on job. That's why they've got that work ethic. So if he ends up at somewhere like Newcastle, again, what are we doing? Are we going to wait until he tears it up and then we're like, oh, yeah, we should go and get Jude's brother? It's just nonsense at Man United. And I'm just like, I'm getting to the point where with Ranić, we were getting players when they haven't actually made the name yet. They're just on the brinks of actually becoming big stars. So we get them for a good price. But we've gone back again, and I didn't want that. And I really thought that Erik ten Hag, it was going to change with that. We were going to get players who were not yet stars. But we basically have got players who are not yet stars, but for star money. That's the problem.
Yeah,
because we're getting players. Anthony is not yet a star. We've seen that at Brazil, but we paid big star money. We're looking at our main. What's going on with Martinez? I didn't see him start for Argentina.
Yeah, but the thing is, the manager just doesn't seem to like him. I think he prefers Otamendi. But
again, that's no disrespect. I'm saying every manager at this world level, and he's got to the final, so his choices have been vindicated as right. So again, he's still a good. I'm not saying he's crap, but it just shows you he's not starting for his national team, and we are going out there and paying £60 million for him. Again, we shouldn't be paying that type of money. And it's not to disrespect the players, but it's just to say, why is Man United it's like, I don't know. So now we're here looking for a striker, and we're talking about 70 million for Gakpo, all of these silly things. We're not going to get no one we're not getting no one, Saeed.
But this is what Ten Hag is trying to say here. He goes, my information that is new investment will only be good things because there will be more investment possible, which is good. I think, again, the dispute about money has never been there. It's just how we spend it. Then he goes on to say, we spoke about the culture we want. We spoke about the objectives, goals, and the culture. He says culture again. And Arnold confirmed that it won't change. It will be even better because more money will become available for the project. That's basically saying that there's going to be an investor coming, really, rather than ownership. I don't understand. Does that confirm that's an investor rather than an ownership? Because he's saying here,
sounds like it.
It sounds because he's saying, it goes here. We spoke about objectives, goals, and the culture, and Arnold confirmed it won't change. It will be even better because more money will become available for the project. I don't know if he's bluffing this Arnold. I don't know if he's trying to, when someone just tells a lie just for the sake of it, just to get him out of the way.
Yeah. My thing is this. This sounds like two things: an investor's coming in, or a new ownership that the Glazers know, and they're like pals, they're American pals that's got big money, they've already made the deal. But whatever happens here in this conversation, Arnold is going on like they know who these people are. That's one thing for sure. You can't talk like this and give someone, and you can't speak like this side unless you know something's going on.
Yeah, but this
is confirmation.
It's also, again, trying to do these little cryptic messages. That's why I said they're trying to make it look like, oh, you know what? We're up for sale, but then we're going to take our time. And they're basically trying to find out who's the biggest bidder. Who's the biggest fool to buy Man United for 7-8 billion? When in reality, the club is worth about 4 or 5 billion. Let's be real, man. Because at the end of the day, we haven't won trophies. FSG have won trophies. We haven't got a new training ground. It's not an attractive proposition. Don't get me wrong, Man United. But in terms of what you have to do, it's not as if, you got something to work with. You've got a bloody roofing league.
Nah, Chelsea went for 2.5, 3, yeah. But Man United don't even, and even where Chelsea's based in London and in Chelsea, just the land that the club's on is worth a load of money. Not to be honest, they're in a nice area. I don't know about where Manchester is and what it's really worth, but I don't see if the record is £4 billion for a sporting franchise. How are we, someone who hasn't done anything for the longest, just going to blow that out the water? And this is why the figures that keep on coming up that are done by, the bankers and the people that deal with finances, they're saying we're not worth more than 3.5.
Yeah.
So if we're 3.5, 4, that's just maximum. So all these numbers that they're throwing up, I don't believe it. I think it might be a ploy just to get us away from what's really going on, and it's this investment. Because like someone just said there, I think it was Jorginho, he said that the first thing that should be happened is Myrtle and everyone getting sacked. So if this Arnold guy is talking with chest, he knows he's not getting sacked.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say to you. And he carries on here saying, Richard Arnold told me that Man United are exploring investment. Then They are open and transparent. I was informed by the club, but I'm not talking with the owners about the issue. So he said they're open and transparent, but they are exploring investment. Um, Listen, again, that investment has to be a person who's willing to put in money that they know, like, you know what I mean? They know properly and they can trust as well. And that also is not bothered about having a say about the football club. What investment is going to come and do that, man? When they're putting money into would you want to put money into a football club? Or would you want to put money into anything knowing that you don't have a say in what happens, etc., etc.? You know what I mean? Would you want that? Even if you can't say like, oh, we'd like this to happen, or we'd like this to happen. Just imagine giving out that money.
The only thing that's happening, like I said, is just, you know, when you've got a move and it's just turning out a load of money and you're loving it and things are good and you bring your brethren in as well that's got money. It's like, listen, we've rinsed Man United for the last 15 odd years. We've made bare money. We haven't had to pay for it. We went and got money out and loaned it out and bought the club. It's a cash cow. I'm telling you guys, you lot invest. We're going to make a load of money and we're not going to have to do a lot. All we got to do is build a new stadium, buy a couple players and keep these lot happy and find a way to start this Super League. And we're going to make a load of billions of pounds. Like, we're going to make billions of pounds. That's the only thing I can see the type of conversation they have with their type of pals who've got money that's surplus, that's around, and then they make that type of investment, like you're saying, because anyone else that comes in that's not a friend of the Glazers, they're not going to want them in there. They're not going to want to share that type of responsibility. They're going to want to come and change it. So when we're talking about Saudi Arabia, you know, Qatar, Dubai, we're talking about American investments, whether it's Apple or Google or Amazon. These guys are serious business people. They don't play games, bro. I don't need no one like the Glazers sitting around wasting time. Look what Elon Musk did. He walked into Twitter and started sacking people left, right, and center. So you lot have just been getting paid for no reason.
Yeah. And he goes here, Ten Hag, on a potential takeover. I look at the competition around the Premier League. They all have opportunity to invest. You know what I mean? So he's trying to say, we're going to get left behind, basically.
I don't want to hear all that nonsense about money when it comes to Man United, because Eric will talk that talk and then you'll go into the figures and we'll see that we're the top 2 spenders in the last 10 years.
Yep, there you go.
So it's not about money. It's never been about money. It's about how it's spent. Eric should be talking about, he should be more excited about getting new, capable people in who's going to spend the money well. Because if we're talking about Man City as one of the biggest spenders and have spent their money well, and we're there or thereabouts, then why we ain't got the similar type of player? It's not about money when it comes to Man United. We need to stop this. It's about the
You know what's good about him, though? He is quite open and honest about what he says, you know. A lot of managers don't really speak about this, but I like the fact that he's talking about certain stuff. He's talked about the Sancho situation. He's talked about this. He's talked about that. But he goes here, it's a tough competition between 7 or 8 clubs. There's a change in circumstances where you compare with 5 or 10 years ago. So the competition is much tougher. So he's basically trying to say, listen, to compete in this game right now, especially when you look at Arsenal now, they're going to be looking to spend.
But he's at a club that's just spent 170 million on 2 wingers. So what is he talking about? That's my thing. Yeah, I get the competition, mate, but you've just joined a club that bought Jadon Sancho last year for 75 million, gave you another 90 million to buy someone again for the same side, the right wing, and that's the club you're
gonna like. Here's what you're gonna like. This is what I think when you're looking towards here. Big up Faz is in the building as well. What are you telling me, Faz? You're good. So basically, here's what he's actually saying here. Because yes, it's also about strategy, not just money. It's quite clear. It's clear that you don't have the right players and quality. You will not be successful and achieve targets you set. So again, he's talking about the strategy. It's not just the money. And this is where he agrees with you, Musa.
Yeah.
You spend money, but he's thinking, where's the proof? You spent Fred 50 million, but what's he doing now? Is the fans not really feeling
even Sancho's my guy, but don't be spending 75 million for a man to start the season with 2 goals and a couple assists, and then you go and put him on hot winter training. Like, what's all that about?
That's called discipline, bruv. That's called detention, man. Detention, bruv. You know detention.
It's a lot.
He's in detention, man.
Faz, with all these cryptic messages, you know what I mean? The Glazers are putting out there. Ten Hag is talking a lot, saying he says I don't really speak to them often. But when I met them, I've spoken to them before, and I was appointed, and obviously he basically talks to them a few times. But what about you? Have you heard all the quotes? It's very, very cryptic. Is it a selling? Is it investment?
Yeah.
What are you thinking, bro?
Basically, it is I need money. Someone help me, bro. Do you want to buy? Do you want to invest? Like someone with some cash come in. That's what it means. There's nothing else around it. What it means is we have run out of money. We maxed out the credit card. Bills. There are. I don't know if any of you found out, but there are payables left to pay. So if you have a business, you would know. If you have debtors, creditors, and you owe traders money, that's Man United owe people money. Owe like workers and that money. It's come out in their statement. There's invoices left to be paid, and that's not even Man United people. These are like external people. For example, people that might come and done contracting or whatever. They owe people money.
Deep.
If you go and check Man United's financial report, in one of the listings, in one of the details of the financials, it says owed payables, 100,000 or something like that. 156 something payables. They're still not paid it. You're supposed to pay that and then add it to your balance sheet.
Yeah.
These lot, bro, this is something is going on in terms of they really need money. They really desperately need an injection of cash. Either, bro, I'm hearing Man United made money, 2.2 million from FIFA, from whatever royalties. That's how desperate they are for money, bro.
Yeah.
So if an offer comes in, the first thing is, right now is the best time, if you ask me. If you're Jimmy, if you're Ratcliffe's, where's your, you know what I'm saying? What's good now? This is what I told the fan base, is when Jim and all of them came and they were doing Glazers out, help us in the media and all of this.
Yeah, we were basically helping them for no reason. Yeah.
Bro, where are you now? If I'm the real big don with the real change in my pocket, I'm coming right. This is the best time to buy Manchester United. I have never heard a gaffer, a senior member of the club, the owners, be publicly talking about a sale so much. I've never heard it. Never. Bro, it's on the freaking Man United page, for God's sake. So if you're really about that life, bro, let's start a negotiation. Where's your consortium? No, people have to understand. People told us MTO, Trafford, Jim Ratcliffe, and all of this. Yeah, bro, they started a whole lot of content creators are doing this, that, the other. You lot, Glazers in, all of this stuff they did. Well, where's your guy now, Jim Ratcliffe? Well, where is he now? Plastered about in the whole world is Man United up for sale. The first thing is, I can't afford it. You're up. You want to sell. Cool. But I want to buy it. So what we do
is we need some team. We need some what we do.
Right, Saeed, you got a product to sell. I got a product to buy, but I ain't got the money as much. But you know what, Musa, do you want to jump on this with me? Come and partner up. Let's talk. Okay, if Musa don't want to jump on, let's go and get AA. If AA don't, let's go. These man don't even entertain in it. Who's entertaining Man United? Who's entertaining Man United? Bro, if Manchester United is on the market, bro, I am telling you, someone is going to come hot right now. What is it, 4 billion? I'll give you 3 because there's the debt, there's the stadium. Also, don't forget this. New owner doesn't come with new promises. It doesn't. A new owner does not mean that we're getting a new stadium. Nowhere does it say in a checklist, because we're not run by fans. If you know how the transfer happens, if you go and check, very simple, Wrexham Football Club and how they were sold, they had a fan forum who checked the business plan, who then okayed the new ownership. This is not the scenario with us. The new owners might not even want to build a new stadium. What are you going to do then? I want these lot to go and put it in. Everything needs to be of the best interest of Ten Hag. That's what it needs to be for me. Whatever the sale is, whatever happens, it needs to be of the best interest of Ten Hag. Because I'm going to ask you two, what you want? Do you want new owners and Ten Hag out? Or do you want new owners and Ten Hag in? And what if they say Ten Hag in, but they're not going to buy you players, but they'll give you a new stadium? What are you going to say? Yeah, tricky question, right? Yeah. They'll let you keep your Ten Hag. You keep Ten Hag fan base, but guess what? If you keep Ten Hag, you get a new stadium, but no players. You won't get your Mbappes, you won't get your, next Vlahovic's and all of this. You won't get them. But you'll get a new training ground, though. But then if you let Ten Hag go and no stadium, I'll give you these players and I'll bring my own manager in. You have to consider, bro. New owners might mean Ten Hag out. It might mean it.
Well, so obviously, if we do get investors now, you know what I mean? The fan base still, you know what I mean? They don't really want that to happen. They want the Glazers out, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, we're not creating a healthy relationship, healthy environment for Ten Hag. It could be a bit awkward. You know what I'm saying? Does it solve the issues? No, because nobody cares about the money. I think we just want a new culture. We don't want a new sign of, empire. We need a new empire, man. And it's a sticky one, man.
You know, I think Faz made a great point, man. These guys here have been talking about United's not for sale. The Glazers don't want to sell it. They're never going to sell it. If they were going to sell it, I'll be in to buy it. Where's Jimmy, mate? Like you said, where's Jimmy at? Where's all this Bayern Munich style of ownership? 50 and 50, was it 51?
51-49.
Yeah, 51-49. Where's that? Where's someone like Jimmy coming out saying, cool, I want to buy it and I want the fans to be involved. This is what we're going to do. Because with someone that has the whole fan base behind him and ready to support and wanting that type of ownership, you'll most probably get it over the line. Because like you said, it's the first time they've come out publicly and it's been known that these guys are trying to make a sell. So how are we in this position now where that? How are we in that position? So I just don't get it. So for me, I just feel like if it came to the point we had to get Erik Ten Hag out to get new owners. So the question I'm going to ask you guys, if we can get confirmed tomorrow, Man United will get bought out by January the 1st by Dubai Consortium or, I don't know, Saudi Arabia or anyone like that. Glazier's gone, 5 billion with about another billion to put into the squad. Wants to build a new stadium, but they also want Erik out. What would you lot be saying? Because I'm ready. You see me. I've been crying Glazers out for so long. Erik can go. Everyone can go, Everyone, the doormat, the whole
That's
club.
wild. That's wild.
I'm saying this to you. I'm
no,
not.
No, do you want it to happen, or if it came to that situation?
If it came to that, I don't want it to happen because my thing is this: no one's bigger than the club. Because if it's all about getting the right owners in just so we can keep this manager, forget all of that. Everything has to go. The doormat, the knobs, the kitchen that Ronaldo was complaining about, everything has to go so Man United can just get back onto building.
But do you reckon it would come to that, though? Crunch King's asking that.
If it does, I'm not even bothered. Erik can go. Yeah. Everyone can go. Because everyone can be replaced but the club. So I just feel like look how long we've been here with this ownership. Look at the amount of money we've spent. I think we're the top spenders in the Premier League or just behind City. And look at our squad, bruv. Look at it. We've got McTominay and Fred as people that are going to start when we get back into business. This is where we're at. We're in trouble. Like I said, Erik Ranić right now needs some respect on his name. His ballers are doing the business. He came in and he said, you man need open heart surgery. Are you listening? We thought we had a straight talk. We think we got a straight talker with Erik Ten Hag. We had that with Ranić. He was a straight talker and nobody respected him for it. And you saw how it ended with him. We need straight talkers. If you told me right now that we're going to get owners from Dubai and they're going to sack Erik Ten Hag and bring back Ranić as the man to get the players in. And Ranić is going to appoint he's a manager. I'm down with that.
But Wilson, Ragnick's not a manager. And that's one thing as well.
No, not the manager. I'm saying he comes back in the position he was meant to be in the first place, and he's going to appoint the new manager, and he's going to get the players in, and we're going to build with that money, with that new ownership. I'm good to go because I'm tired of everything. I'm tired of the Glazers. I'm tired of everyone they've employed, everyone that's come under them, everyone that gives them a bypass. I'm just tired of the whole thing. They just have to go because I think we're getting comfortable now because we've heard that there's going to be that the club's up for sale. We're getting comfortable now. Before we weren't even allowed to go out and play. Now we're allowed to go out and play. We're talking about, boy, I'm going to go this way. I want to go that far. How about you just stay outside in front of your house where you can be seen? We're trying to go on missions now. We're trying to go off ends now. You know what I'm saying? But recently, not long ago, we were stuck. Where were we going? We were crying, coming out, you know, burning the, like, what was going on? What, the Liverpool game? We're getting games called off. We're outside marching. We're making the noise, complaining. Now we've got the opportunity. Everyone's just chilled. Like, yeah, we get new owners. Yeah, how about this? Yeah, let's go Dubai. Brother, let's get it over the line. I don't want to be hearing about this process just to hear that some American companies put money into United and the Glazers are staying, because do you know why? Because we're not making noise as a fan base. I think since I've heard that we're up for sale, we're comfortable. What I haven't had, like, what's the fan base's opinion? We haven't made no noise. It's like we've made it now. It's like, yes, we're up for sale. We've made it. No, we haven't.
No, we haven't. We haven't. That's why I said to Nuruddin that Faz even, I think this is just one part of the struggle. I do believe I'm not getting too excited, because at the end of the day, you have to, someone has to come and buy the football club. I've stressed that to so many people. It's never going to change until someone buys a football club. That's why I was saying to myself, all these protests and that, they're not going to work, because at the end of the day, ultimately, someone has to find a football club. Someone has to come in that's credible and say, right, here's the money that you want. Right, I'm gonna buy you out now. No one's gonna come and do that. It's a lot. There's a lot to sort out. There's a lot to sort out, Faz. And like I said, who's brave enough to come forward and step up and say, you know what, we're coming to take over? Or is it riddled with so much debt and so much kind of like, I don't know, like, so like.
Of course it is. Of course it's it, bro. If I ask you now, Saeed, okay, come and buy this house here. It needs hella work. It needs hella investment. And you're going to have to pay top price, but it's in the nicest place that you could ask for, yeah? If you do it up and whatever, it's going to be the best property that you could ask for. But then do you want to go for this house here, which you don't need to invest nothing? Everything is being done. It's cheaper. But if you put your money in, the return on money is not going to be the same as this one. But you're going to have some return, but just not as much. Which one you're going to go for? You're going to go for low risk, medium reward. That's what you're going to go for. If you're a smart businessman, that's what you're going to go for. You're here paying the same amount, right? Okay, property market, club market. You're paying the same amount for Manchester United that you could pay the same amount for Liverpool, a club that's recently had major European success, a club that's about to just release their financial statement of hundreds of millions of profit. They've made hundreds of millions of profit. The business model is already in place to make profit. They don't owe nobody shit. They're ready to go into the market with the club's money to go and spend. What are they even going to do with that profit? What are they going to do? And you've got the same amount of money that you want to spend 4 or 5 billion on Man United. You need a new stadium, 1 billion. You need the debt, 1 billion. You need the training ground, 1 billion. That's 3 billion on its own that you need to invest in the club. Bro, nobody in the right mind would want to buy Man United at the price that it is. What they are doing is what you call pricing yourself out of a sale. That's what they're doing.
That's what they're doing.
They're making it look like they want to sell. It's very manipulative. It's gaslighting. They're making it look like they want to sell so that everybody calms off, but they're not. They're not actually going to sell, because
I believe they're going to sell, but the price is not going to be really known. It's going to be one of them ones where it's not known. They're just hyping. They know they're not going to get that money.
Yeah, they just want to lie.
They're not getting that money. They want to lie to people like, like when you get that money and someone asks you, how much did you get for it? You're like, you know.
Also,
that's what
does someone in the comment section know? If you guys know, you can tell me. But the debt, does it get inherited, or does it get demolished by the current owners? Because how sometimes business can work is, I'll give you the money you ask for, but you settle the debt, because that doesn't go on my credit. That won't go on they don't pass the credit on to me, so that when it comes to me going to the bank, I've got a fresh relationship with the bank. But then if you get past the debt over to me, I now have a big headache on my head, and I now have to go and make these payments. So
the debt's in the price. So if they ask for 5, the debt's going to be in the price. Whatever they ask for, say we're in $1 billion in debt, and they ask for 5, they're going to know they're walking away with 4. It's going to be in it. Whoever takes over is not going to have debt. Yeah, they're not going to have debt.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yes,
it's political, man. It's proper political, man. There's how many players that are leaving as well. What are you going to do with them players? What are you going to do with the wage structure?
Affects everything, contracts as well. You know, that's why Rashford is stalling right now. He's waiting to find out if you man are serious or not. You get me? Like, but the thing is, yeah, the Glazers as well have to they have to realize, well, they can't manage with all these contracts. You know, Sancho 350K a week. Can they keep on paying it? Can they only pay for wages, or can they actually have investment? It's another thing as well. We'll find out in January as well. You know?
But Saeed, understand this. What are you asking me to invest in? Are you asking me to, like, show me what you want? Am I investing in a new car park? What are you asking me to invest in? You want me to pay for your new stadium? Right. Okay, I'll pay you 1 billion for a new stadium. What's my return on investment? Because last time I checked, you ain't got no assets. You ain't got one Phil Foden come out your academy. You got what you gonna do? Sell your Rashford.
The academy is not that
What
great.
you gonna at least
listen? Our best asset is on trial.
Bro, this is what I don't even like Liverpool. And at least, Liverpool at least can go and sell some of their players for a nice 40, 50 million, you know, hereabouts in the market. They can. We can't go and say sell a Bissaka, sell a Fred, sell a McTominay, sell a Van der Beek. We'd be lucky to get 20 million for them, bro, each. We'd be very lucky. So what is my return on investment?
You just mentioned Donny van der Beek. I was team Donny, but I'm ready. I'm ready to let people go, you know. I'm ready.
I've noticed you, man, are terms and conditions FC. I said this to say yesterday. You're like terms and conditions FC, man. That's what you guys are.
You see what it is now? Because I've realized, hold on, there's other clubs to buy. Like, if you could buy Liverpool or buy Man United, which one are you going to pick, like you just said there? Then I said, hold on, these owners, they're playing games. They're just playing like, they're not really making things. It's just smokes and smoke and mirrors. Like, it's not really clear. And then the fan base, we're just excited that we've heard that we're for sale. But what if that was just to keep us quiet for a bit so they can get investors? We're not making no noise. We should be like, and the problem is as well is that this Jim Radcliffe, he was hyping, but where is he? He's gone quiet.
Bro, he told us to go help him. He said, Musa, Fast Aid, come help us. Content creators, come help us, bro. Without you lot, we can't do this. Man, them are doing YouTube interviews. Bro, I said to the fan base, like, what is this guy doing? Bro, the Newcastle owners, did you even know them, bro? I didn't even know them.
I know.
Bro, and guess what? Also, Man United players, majority of them are bought on a finance basis, meaning you pay over the years. This year, we just got finished paying for Sanchez. This year. So imagine the players that are on finance bought. I mean, Pogba just walked for free. Freaking Fred, Bissaka, all of these lot. Maguire, 80 million that we bought. How do we know they're not cash and there's not money owed on that finance?
Most probably is. It's nuts.
But you know what it is for me, though? I just think, you know, in reality now, it's a waiting game, innit? And that waiting game, like I said, Ten Hag's been told, Musa, that, you know what, just buy your time and we've got investors coming in it. Because I think if it was an ownership issue, I think they would have told him before he got the job in it. He would have said open and honestly. I think, you know, you can see the protests that happen every week. What's going on? Are you guys selling? He's like, well, we're not really selling. We're going to be looking for investment. You know what I mean? I think he would know if there was an investment. Sorry, if there was new owners coming in. Obviously, he won't tell us that, to be honest with you, because he doesn't want to create that idea. But I think for me, ultimately, if he knows there's investment coming, does he care about new owners coming in? Or is he all about the culture? Because he keeps about a culture. You can't change a culture from the Glazers. The Glazers need bro, you need to leave if you want to create a culture. Like, that culture there has been bad for the last 17 years. You see what I mean now?
Yeah.
Go on.
I wish Ten Hag has, you know, like Sir Alex obviously brought the Glazers in and it worked for him, right? It worked for him. I wish there's an owner that could align themselves with Ten Hag, man. That would be nice, you know, and give him the people he wants upstairs, like Van der Sar or bro. I would if Ralph Ragnick came back to Man United, any position, bro, I'd cry. I would cry, bro. Bro, I would get a picture of that man and put it here, bro. I'm telling you. I swear to God, I just need them people in the club, and who now, and looking at Todd, how he dealt with his club, bro, I'm scared, man. I don't want to let this manager go. I really don't want to let him go, man. It's a scary one. I'll be honest with you.
Do you know, my thing is this: the only reason, like, I want Erik ten Hag, and I think he's the best out there that we have. But for me, I just feel like when you have an ownership like City or Newcastle, even PSG, that they know what they want, they're not going to do us like the Glazers did. So they will not get rid of Eric Ten Hag unless they're bringing in a top manager that plays.
Like who?
No, that's what I'm saying. So they wouldn't unless they had someone like Ranić who said, listen, you see this guy and the football that he's playing with crap players and the numbers that they're turning up, because they look at stats and everything like that. So there could be a manager out there who's just always knocking on 4th and 5th with a crap squad, but he's balling. And he's just saying, you give him these Man United players and more, he's going to do stuff. So I would want to believe in the process of the new owners if they look the part, because they're not going to come into Man United and not want their asset to start or their club to be an asset and to start to go up in value rather than go down. So having faith in the ownership will tell me they will not make a silly decision like getting rid of our manager now, unless they knew they were creating a system that was going to get us back to the top. And I'll just have just the same way we got full trust in Eric Ten Hag, where certain players were like, I'm not too sure about him, but if the manager wants him, I want to get an ownership at Man United where we as a fan base can trust them the way we trust our manager, where we can say, listen, if the owners want him because of what they've done, let's go with him. And that's what I want, because you see at City, I don't think City as a fan base are worried about the decisions their ownership make. When they're bringing in managers, they're not questioning it. If they were to get rid of Pep, they're not going to question it and say, because they know what they want for their club and where they're going. And it's the same as what Liverpool's getting now. But we're at a club where we question everything.
But also City, Man United take their fan base for granted. Manchester United organization take their fan base for absolute piss and granted. Man City, on the other hand, bend over backwards. Every inch of thing that they can do for their fans, they will do. Give out free tickets to the kids. Give him. How many do they want? Give them. They want your exec seats. They want to get signed shirt from the players. Bro, they let exec seats be on the pitch. You can be on the pitch as they're warming up. Bro, they let you do anything. They ask you, how was your experience?
You get a tour of the
bar?
weekend.
You get a newsletter every month or every 3 months asking you, how was your experience at Etihad Stadium? How can we do better? Bro, and then you got man like us, bro, going through turnstiles that look like prison, bro, going in cell number 18.
Bro,
that's what it looks like.
Number 18, man. Crazy, man. But that's again, like I said, all this year, I just feel like it's just all something like, it's basically going on Dragon's Den, innit? That's what the Glazers are doing now. This is Dragon's Den. And basically, you need that investor to say, right, give me the money. This is Dragon's Den. Give me the money. we need to, like, how can Glazers as reputable, well, not even reputable, they're not reputable business people, guys who have had money, now going up to Dragon's Den thinking, yo, you man, can you help us out, man? We've got a big club like Man United. We need help with the money. And then them guys on Dragon's Den thinking, yo, so what's I saying in the situation? Well, not really. You know what I mean? You're just gonna be sidemen, innit? You get me? You're just gonna be on the side, and whenever we need you, we're gonna be calling you, innit? And you might we might shout you to America one day. You might get a little an NFL Super Bowl. We might shout you to our little penthouse and that. You might come for training one day and meet the next big superstar and take all pictures with him. You know what I mean? You might have them kind of situations, but you guys are just our investors. And we might later on, when the training comes down, you might have a certain equity in that. You see what I'm trying to say? Like, it's all just sounds a bit amateurish, man. Even this, which football club like Man United would want an investor like? I don't.
Bro, what is an investor? Like, what does it? Bro, what are you invested in? Someone tell me in the chat, what are you invested in? For what? Man. To get back what? Okay, you're coming in, you're investing 1 billion. What do you want? Everybody wants something, bro. Big investment companies have investors.
No, let's get it right. Let's break it back down. If we go back to the basics of Man United and what it is, obviously we've been run poor. But I think if you're a brand and you're like, I don't know, like to give example, we look at the Emirates and what they've done with Man City, where they've got an airline to promote, they've got a place to visit, tourism, all of that stuff. When you do it and you do it well, you definitely increase your other brand awareness in your other organizations. Because if you buy Man United and you're an organization, or you're someone who owns a lot of brands, and you're able to get sponsorship on the shirt, sponsorship on the training ground, you're able to grow your other businesses while also increasing the value of Man United at the same time. And I just feel like the Glazers haven't had any care about increasing any other business that they have, because it doesn't connect with the club. So they've sold us out to different type of sponsorship. I've heard that our shirt sponsors are trying to do a runner. We just changing up.
Just with all due respect, Visit Rwanda came to Arsenal when Arsenal had peas. Arsene Wenger left them in a situation where they had peas. Arsenal had peas.
Yes,
we ain't got peas. So what's they came in a situation where
it's just, I think it's the amount of shirts that we sell and our visibility. Because Man United is one of those kits where I don't care where you are on the planet, you're going to just find a Man United shirt there.
So you're saying, so it can't be in a way where they think, okay, what's the valuation going to be in 2-3 years time?
Yeah.
If you increase the valuation, I will continue my investment. If you don't increase my valuation, I will pull back what I gave you originally. So if you make me X amount of money in 2-3 years, I'll keep my investment. If you don't, I'm pulling it. Like Visit Rwanda now, they must be loving life. They're loving life. Because Arsenal doing what they're doing, right? So who?
Oh, look at our sponsors as well. Adidas are looking to leave. Remember, they were looking to leave when we had that little bit of situation.
No, I'm happy anyways. Nike, man, Nike for life, man. Nike days were good, bro.
Team Viewer looking to dip as well.
Team Viewer looking to dip. A lot of people are looking to dip because they think that they were overpriced for a club who once used to be at the top of European football, but they're not no more. But like I said again, if we get the right buyer and the right people that come in that have other massive brands in their portfolio that they want to build on, like I said, example, we were hearing Apple, Google. You have those type of sponsorship on Man United shirts that are selling all over the world. It just does crazy advertising and crazy numbers. And it's also sometimes some partnerships create it just creates a different type of vibe within the whole company or the industry as a whole. It's just something to talk about. And you see that they're like their numbers on internet and all of that stuff increase, and people search other things up, and even just try, like example, Amazon trying to do that. What's that
Prime
documentary they do?
Yeah, Amazon Prime documentary on clubs. Yeah. Behind the
clubs,
scenes.
they want us, and they know it's difficult to get Man United. If you own them, it's a different story. And they know things like that, and they know the viewership that will get, and the amount of people that will sign up to Prime just to be able to watch that series, and how many fan bases.
But that's not even that's just a shirt sponsor. Like if you're asking investment, where on the table am I sitting? Am I sitting close to Avram, or am I sitting on that side taking notes? Where are you letting me sit on the table? And depending on my investment, I want to sit somewhere.
No, I think these lot are cowards. I think that the Glazers will take a lesser percentage just to be on the table. They don't mind being on the table doing nothing and letting everyone else run around. As long as, I reckon they've got to the point where they're like, we'll have 30% of the club. You can have 70. We just still want this free money that we... Remember, they didn't use any of their money to get into this position. They went to the bank, showed them what they were worth, bought the biggest jewel in British football for free, and now they've earned all this money on it. And now they can get investors in that can take all the debt on and everything and still own like a 25% and still continue to get money off a club that is doing well with new investors. And they don't care. They don't have a say-so, because they don't have a say-so now. They just let Murto and all these guys run it. They don't really do nothing at the club. So they're not here. So they can stay in America owning 20% of Man United and getting this long-time lifeline of free money. They're on these dividends, so they will become what the other shareholders are that are taking out dividends. So every year they will just be there taking. What a mess! They will just be taking out money.
That's what they do, man. That's what they do.
Yeah. Adidas are not happy with Man United. I tell you that right now.
They're
not happy at all because Real Madrid are an Adidas sponsor, winning the Champions League, doing really well. And then Adidas are now sponsoring a club like Man United when Adidas are actually going head-to-head with Nike for the World Cup right now.
Trust me.
They're going head-to-head. So you don't want to be plastered with a club that's got people singing they want owners out, they want to burn the stadium, this, that, the other. You don't want to be associated with a club like that, do you?
No, you don't.
Who does?
You don't.
Even if a club is doing bad, even if they're doing bad, sure, you can sponsor them because, you know, marketing, but you don't want to be associated with this sort of PR.
Not for
man.
the price they want. I think the problem as well is that Adidas will stay at Man United. That's not a problem. It's the price. They're charging them Champions League winning prices. They're charging them top of the league prices. And they're saying we're sponsoring, they sponsor bottom of the league sides. They're saying you lot are a mid-table team. We need to be paying you that type of price. Stop taking them. And that's the problem. Man United are charging top 2 prices, Champions League winning prices, and we're far from that. We're nowhere to be seen.
These contracts can get so complicated. They'll say, well, you have to go Champions League quarterfinal 2 seasons in a row. If you do, then we'll give you this much. If you don't, then this much. And then this, that. They go even nitty-gritty detail. And every sponsor now is looking at Man United like, yo, this is not worth the headache that we thought it was going to be. They sold us a dream. They sold us a dream. Next thing you know, they're just bringing in random managers. They're bringing in Carrick to manage for 3 days and then getting off. What's going on here?
You know, Man United before used to be something that, you know, you kind of like, wow, you're proud. It's a proud moment to be part of. Now it becomes what's the word I'm looking for?
Lads, we're lucky we're in an era of color TV and like the sport being able to be documented on. We're lucky we're in a Sky Sports era. That's all I can say. We're lucky that our dominance was in that Sky Sports era where you can pull it up and someone can watch
now. Does United become more in terms of a brand as well? Is that why they've kind of done it now? They wanted to juice it out for 1 more year as well. Just as a brand, Fazia, you know, you've been at Old Trafford and whatnot.
Lads.
As a brand, do we have any players that are marketable? Obviously, you got Anthony.
I don't want to...
Just because we got a load of players, and I think we've got players that will come in.
I don't want to break Musa's heart, but Sancho was supposed to be the face of Nike. I mean, last time I checked, Sancho was the youngest kid that Nike said that he's going to be the next biggest thing in football. They gave him the boot deal. FIFA ain't had Sancho on a FIFA EA Sports cover. Stocks are down for Sancho. Sancho's...
you know what it is, though?
What do you call it?
That's not the first time we've done it to a player like that. We always do it. We bring players in that are playing good football.
No plan, man. No plan for
no
them,
plan.
Manchester United play, but they're even their image rights, man. Their image rights. Every player's which player's image right now is marketable. Go on, tell me. In Manchester United, which player is picturesque to slap on a front cover?
Probably.
Not Sancho. Except for Rashford, maybe Rashford. And that's not even based on, you know, stats or whatever. That's simply based on his background of MBE and that Burberry tag.
Not really.
Bruno, with all due respect.
No, Bruno's done.
And even this
front page covers, you're talking, bro. Front page covers, you're talking, you know, fire.
Garnacho, we're begging Garnacho to stay. And this one could
never work in PR.
We're begging players to stay. Real Madrid are signing the best Brazilian kids to come out starting 2023.
Wow.
You know, we got Chelsea that's already got a striker for the summer coming in, and Cuckoo guy. They've just signed the other guy from what's the Ivory Coast? Yeah, and we're still getting fake news. We're still getting fake news about João Felix and all of these other players. We can't even get that over the line where, boom.
Man United there today that Man United are looking at the loan market now, so they're not really the right price.
If we're looking at a loan market, we should be strong. We should be going to, example, Atletico Madrid might be saying, we will think about entertaining 15 million or for the rest of the season or 10 million, whatever it might be. Man United should just be going big and strong. Let's confirm a loan deal for João Felix right now. Right now. Let's just confirm it. Let's go in there. Man United have agreed a loan deal with João Felix at the end of the season with the right to buy. Done, dusted. Why is that a big deal, bro?
Because where's the money?
No, but I'm just saying, that's what I'm saying. But the problem is the money's there.
Where from? Do you know if they paid Ronaldo out or they got that money?
No, it was debt. Listen, my thing is the debt is debting. That's all we have to know.
Where's the money? Ronaldo. Okay, do we know if Ronaldo's wages were paid or not? Does anybody know? It was mutual agreement. So do we know, did they give him half? because he was supposed to be owed 16 million left for the rest of the year. 16 mil. So where's
But
that
I
16
thought that
mil?
he squashed it. It was mutual agreement that, and he wasn't going to take.
What's
the rest
mutual
of his
agreement?
money.
What's mutual agreement? Mutual agreement mean, all right, give me my money, I'll get off.
From what I saw, it was that he was okay to let his money go. He just wanted out as well. He wanted out. He just,
Okay, if you're telling me, I'll go with that. But as far as I've not heard anything solid to say
because what I'm saying
is
this, Faz, if we can't get the deals over like the big clubs can and just put the money up and buy the player, we can't get a loan.
Bro, we're broke. we're broke. Bro, we're
I don't want to hear no Gakpo. Forget Gakpo. I don't want to hear no Gakpo. If we can't get a loan if we can't go and get Joe Felix.
What if they say to you that they know that they got the money, but then they just threw it to a loan? It's like, bro, you're a rich man and coming into a homeless store, man. You know what I mean? You can't be coming and rolling into the homeless store. You haven't got money.
Bro,
that's the reality. But I just heard Pavard is told Bayern Munich he wants out. Is that true?
We need Pavard.
Pavard. He's told Bayern Munich he wants out.
I know, but bro,
we can't even get. We need right backs.
Yeah,
we need one last Klarna, man. Someone just give us that last Klarna, man. We need that one bus, one lick.
No, but I'm just saying this. Man. I don't get it, guys. If we can't go and get Joao Felix signed on a season, on not even a season, half a season, like loan, and until the summer with the option to buy it, we're just dead food. We're rubbish.
And how much is his wages for the year? Do we know? How much is his wages for the year? Just pay it.
Do you know why? Because I'm thinking to myself, why is Real Madrid signing players, Chelsea signing players? What are we doing?
His current wage stands at 12.5 million per year. So we'd have to probably pay him, half the year, whatever, etc. And then give the club, a little bit of butter money, bread and butter money, sugar tax.
Cool. But if that's going to get us a top 4 finish, do you know what I've come to? You know what I came to realize?
Yeah, but nothing is guaranteed, cuz.
You know what I came to realize? We might not get top 4.
Who's that? Yeah.
No, we might not get top 4.
If Chelsea get a striker, bro. If Chelsea get a striker, and I mean a top quality striker in January, and Arsenal go do their thing, bro, I can't lie to you. It's one of them where we have to spend, man. If we want to get top 4.
You've got the Brazilian guy that was doing bits for Tottenham, and Harry Kane, then man, coming back. You've got Newcastle are sitting third and still looking to invest, and they're comfortable doing their business.
And Isaac is not back. And Isaac is not back for Newcastle. So they're not back.
Bro, but we're about to go into the season. We're about to start the season again. What's our back four? All right, guys, tell me the first 2 games when the season starts back again. Tell me our 11.
Apparently.
What's our 11?
Well, it's Lindelof.
Maguire.
It'll be Lindelof and Maguire. Maguire will make himself available.
Lindelof, Maguire. Who's in the middle of the park? Who's the 2 sitting?
McTominay and Casemiro, they'll be there, The normal. Everything else is normal.
Ericsson's
except for Varane and Martin. Except for Martinez and Varane, everybody is standard.
And Anthony might piss Nordin off again and just not turn up to United training. He might piss Nordin off, mate. Man, it's gonna be funny. But listen, people. Man. We're gonna wrap up the show here, man. It's been a good discussion, people. So big up to everybody who's here. 365 of you's in the chat. Let me know how many likes we're on. We should be on at least over 200 because I think it deserves it. This show has been amazing. This is what you got, real quality opinions, man. We give our opinions, we say what we're gonna say, and we don't hold anything back. But make sure you go follow Musa, man. Musa, you need to find out, man, what's going on with Sancho, man, and let me know, man. Private details, man. I need to know.
I'm shy now. First, I thought he was coming back early, and when I heard that it was a one-way ticket, I didn't know how to. I don't even know how to deal with this no more. I thought he had a return. I heard he's not even got a return.
No return.
It's a one-way. They haven't booked the return yet.
Tell Sancho Senior that this is good. We are happy for him. Tell him that. Pass the message that we are happy that he is in detention because discipline is the key of life. And whatever's happening, Sancho got his phone took. Whatever's happening, we know that.
With him.
if
But on a
Sancho is the guy that he is, he will come out on top. Pressure makes diamonds. That's all I can say.
But on a bigger note, what you're saying is true there, Faz. And also, hearing that some of it is mental, I feel like maybe it's bigger than we actually think.
Could be.
And that's another thing that I thought, because when you're saying that, it does make true. It does make sense. We should be happy for the fact that the club have taken these special measures for him, as they see him as a special player, and Eric Ten Hag sees him as a big part of his plan. But on top of that, when you hear a player has a mental struggle, we always think it's just football based. You know what I'm saying? We never really think that a young player has come back to Manchester, where he used to play football at a big club, and he might be struggling to deal with everything that comes with that. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And also,
Bro,
off
these are
the
normal
pitch.
human beings, you know. They wanna go get a burger. They wanna play FIFA. They've got friends. They've got sisters, cousins, family. They've got feelings, you know, just basic feelings. The money don't hide the feelings. So he might be going through something. And like I said, this is good that Ten Hag has decided, I'm gonna deal with you like a father almost, you know. I'm going to take you away from the whole environment, and I'm going to nurture you, and you're going to do exactly as I say. Almost like I said, boot camp. This is good, because like I say, if you are made of diamond, if you have diamond in you, the pressure and the heat is going to make you shine. It's going to make you shine.
On that note, have you guys seen the Diary of the CEO with Peter Crouch?
I have seen clips of it, but not all. But yeah, I know what
you
you're
can
trying
watch
to
that podcast. I think it will give you a good insight to footballers and when the pressure is on. Because listening to Peter Crouch about feeling suicidal, the proudest moment of his career being the worst moment, you know, being called mad names on the pitch. And we went through that era of Peter Crouch doing his thing, not really thinking too much about it. But when I hear the man and I hear what he went through and the pressures that he had to deal with, you have to think about it. He said that there weren't really no tall footballers around except for like Andre Flo. Remember Flo at at Chelsea. Yeah, so he said, so it wasn't really that no one ever really believed that he should be on the pitch. And he said to hear it from your own fans and to hear it on the touchline. So, you know, it is. I think sometimes we underestimate, like you're saying, money don't take these feelings away, nor do they take away the pain and all of this stuff. And with social media, everyone gets affected. Like it's difficult to get away from it. So yeah, man, I think we got to take that into consideration sometimes, man, especially with the young players.
Yeah, facts, man. But big up to everybody who's locked in. Make sure you go follow Musa at Reso CIC. Follow Planet Vaz on YouTube. And yeah, man, I'll be back tomorrow. Me and Grizz are going to be back tomorrow for Rivals Talk. So make sure you tune in tomorrow, 5 p.m. And yeah, man, we'll see you soon, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.